Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And another card using some of the new release products from Simon Says Stamp. I've already posted a video with a couple cards I've made. I will have that linked in the end screen at the end of this video. And I'm also part of a blog hop today to share inspiration with this release. I will always have my blog post linked directly below the video as well, so definitely worth checking out because there is a ton of inspiration and giveaways and all the fun things. So I will also, of course, have all the supplies I used listed and linked in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps pay the bills, keeps the lights on, enables me to keep bringing out content. And I think that's all the housekeeping. Let's get into making this card. Yet again, I am using the Demilune embossing folder. I told y'all that I would be using this one a lot. I love it. This came in the August 2025 card kit and then is available separately as part of this new release. So I took a piece of Simon's Fog cardstock. It is the most perfect light gray. I haven't used this cardstock in a long time. Love. And I lightly misted the cardstock with water. Just a couple spritzes. You don't need much. That just helps soften the paper fibers so you get a better embossed impression, and it also helps prevent cracking if you find that your cardstock cracks when you run it through with an embossing folder. Just add that little bit of moisture just to one side. You should be good to go. So after I'd embossed it, I trimmed it down with my paper trimmer to A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and then I set it aside. And then the other embossing folder I'm using, this is the Confetti Butterflies 3D embossing folder. There is also a Confetti Butterflies die set that works with this embossing folder. You could use the die set like on its own. They would just be smooth, you know? Or, like I'm doing here, I die cut some white cardstock and then put them into the openings on the embossing folder. So you can get 2 small ones and 2 large ones with one pass. And I was able to, it took a couple attempts to get them lined up. But regardless of what, because there's many embossing folders that Simon carries now that have coordinating wafer dies. And if you find that your die cut pieces are not staying where they need to in the folder, you can just add a little bit of low tack tape, tape them into place. That's fine. I do that every once in a while, especially if there are multiple pieces in the folder, but more often than not, they'll sit there, run them through. So after I embossed my little butterflies to give them all that texture, I took a rainbow of Pawsitively saturated inks and blended it onto these butterflies. And I'll have all the specific colors listed in the supplies, but I did guava, cantaloupe, butter. Here I'm doing celery, sort of tinted celery, because whatever was also on my brush. I talk about this a lot. I don't wash my brushes. I ain't got time for that. Don't have the time, don't have the patience. I have enough cleaning to do, you know? Anyway, celery and then SEAFOAM. And then my last one was lilac. And blended that onto all these little butterflies. And they just look adorable. Could leave it here, but I decided to make them sparkly because who doesn't love sparkle, honestly? So, as of doing this voiceover, I think this is out of stock again. Simon Says Stamp restocks it as frequently as possible. I'm using the Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray. This is the sparkle spray from Imagine Crafts. Love this stuff so very much. And again, it always sells out and then they restock it. So you just got to shake it up. This is going to look like nothing till the end of the video. When I'm spraying it on camera, it's just wow, what an amazing thing. At the end of the video, though, I'll tilt them in the light and then I'll use my flashlight and you guys will see just how sparkly these are. So I laid out my die cuts just on my flour sack cloth just to prevent me from getting sparkle everywhere. I don't mind it, but and shook up the bottle really well, gave it a few spritz. I just kind of hold the bottle a couple feet above, and then I let them dry. And that's it. And now they are just sparkly and amazing and super fun. So once I did that and once it was dry, which doesn't take very long, The little bodies are part of the die set, and I die cut those from scraps of black cardstock and then just glued them into place with my craft glue. And then I die cut another scrap of white cardstock using one of the modern Teardrops die sets. That's another one that I've been giving y'all. I'm giving y'all another heads up. Like, I will be using this one a lot. I like the shape of it. Even though I kind of obscure the entire shape of it with all the butterflies, but whatever. It's the thought that counts, right? So I die cut that. I'd kind of laid my butterflies out to see where I had an opening, and I stamped just the little sentiment from the Handlettered encouragement set, and I just stamped it with the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I wasn't worried about like if I messed up or anything, because if I had, I could have stamped the sentiment separately and die cut it, because there's now coordinating wafer dies for it. So I stamped it with the Nocturne ink. I adhered that little die cut panel to the embossed fog cardstock with Simon's Big Mama foam tape. And then the stamp I wiped off. You want to make sure your stamp's clean, doesn't still have ink on it. And I used the stamp to mask the stamp sentiment. I don't take credit for this idea. I don't know where I learned this. Another maker did this, and I saw it forever ago. I forget like who or when or where. It was a long time ago. And they were brilliant. I'm not that brilliant, but that stuck with me. So using the stamp as a mask, it works. So that way I was able to add my black splatter, and then I didn't get any splatter over the sentiment. And then on the inside of my card, I stamped another sentiment from that hand-lettered encouragement set with the Nocturne ink. And my card base is more fog cardstock, and it's a top-folding A2 size note card, so 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So I'd stamped the sentiment, I adhered a couple more butterflies, and then I adhered my embossed panel to the front of the card. And then all of these die-cut butterflies, I popped up with just thin foam squares. And again, it just gives it just a smidge of extra dimension without creating a whole lot of bulk. And I only put just that one little foam square right behind the body, so the wings are popped up a little bit, also creating just a smidge more dimension. So once I've got my butterflies adhered in rainbow order, I'm going to add some marshmallow embellishments. I used these in the previous video as well. I really like these because they reflect like all the colors, like pink and blue and green and purple, like literally every color on these. They're just, I don't know. Welcome to my newest fixation. So I put a bunch of them onto this card rather than following, rules of 3 and triangles and uneven numbers and things like that, normally you follow when adhering embellishments, things like, yeah. When I'm doing clusters and stuff like this, I just throw them wherever I think they're going to look good. Just tuck them in. So I adhered them into place, let the glue dry, and that finished off the card. And now we're going to show the sparkle. Love it. So they are sparkly. They've got all that texture from the embossing folder. I love that Demilune embossing folder on the background. And this butterfly one, so fun. So fun. So, very simple card. And just something that, to send to anyone just to cheer them up. So, like I mentioned, I'll have links to all the things in the description box below the video. I appreciate you all so very much. Thanks for hanging out with me, thumbs upping and commenting, letting those robot overlords know you like what you see. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!